Well, good morning all. We are on the 12th of February. Saturday the 12th of February. It's going to be a short trip this week, pretty much like last week to be fair. Now I'm back to just having weekends. You've got to sort of use your time wisely, and at the moment I've noticed there's definitely opportunities to move on a Sunday morning. I'm keen to get back. I've come into work this morning purely and simply because I just can't get there on a Friday morning when the other anglers are turning up. So we're going to get down there this afternoon after work and hopefully find an opportunity to move tomorrow morning. Really looking forward to getting back there after last weekend's result. Obviously I thought it was the big common, but it turns out to be the second biggest one, Benson, that I caught last week, which means that it still leaves the big common and the big mirror, and several other 30s that I'd like to catch as well. So looking forward to getting back. It's very, very blowy out there today. Frost last night, but the weather we've had, it stayed really, really mild of late. Last couple of weeks have been pretty mild, to be fair, and I don't think one frost or two frosts this week's gonna damage it too much. I don't think the water's gonna it definitely ain't gonna have cooled down too much. So, and that was definitely lively last weekend. So fingers crossed. The next time you see me, I'll be on the bank. See you there. Well guys, what a stroke of luck. It's 3:30 on Saturday afternoon. Just turned up from work down here at Redlands, and unbelievably, there's me worried about it being busy, and I am the only one here. Yes, happy days. It didn't take much persuading where I was going to go, to be fair, because I've just seen one from the van. So I'm going to head in the direction of where I was last. So it's going to be a race against time to get the rods out before dark, but I'll catch up with you in a bit. Well, I just got here guys, and you probably won't be able to see out there very well. It's very, very bright. But yeah, out there with that big gap in the trees up there, I've just seen two go over. More or less together. Might be a little bit out of my range in this wind, but it seems to be the same sort of area where I see one from the van, to be fair. So fingers crossed we get a few. Well, we're set up guys. Got the rods out at the moment, just on bags. See 3 shows while I was setting up. So just got them out on bags. I'm going to give it till dark, and then I'm going to put some bait out. Definitely going to put some bait out tonight. It's looking good though, seeing them. Despite having a couple of frosts this week, they're still lively. I've seen a couple come right up to the rest of their tails. So they both look like 20 pounders at least. So fingers crossed they'll be up for a feed as the session goes on. But just a 24-hour session. We're here till about this time tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. As usual, we'll work it and see if we can buy ourselves a couple of bites. At the moment I'm quite happy. Just fishing bags. I've seen them in the vicinity, so we'll give it till dark and I'll put some bait out. I'm going to put some maggots, ASM crumb, and some monster particles tier 1. Only sort of, I'm going to keep one on the bag but fish 2 on a baited area. Right, so I'm going to stick the kettle on. I'll see you in a bit. Well guys, it's starting to lose the light now. I've just repositioned 2 rods. I looked at my line angle, and obviously where I was setting up the bank, I was at a different angle, and yeah, I just see one real good fish show. Yeah, looked at me lines and they were sort of going too far left, so I've just repositioned me middle and right. Yeah, I'm literally going to give those an hour and a half, and I'm going to put some bait out. Yeah, like I say, it's looking good. I've seen a few. So, and the state of play, I can't believe it. You know, went to work today thinking it was going to be packed, and there's no one here. So, yeah, hopefully there won't be no one tomorrow, and I can move if necessary. But yeah, time will tell. Yeah, time will tell, and hopefully we can buy ourselves a bite. But at the moment, it's looking good. They're a fair way out, probably 80 yards, something like that. So sort of in between me and the swim opposite. So we're there or thereabouts, and yeah, like I say, I'm going to put some bait out. Just after dark, nights are much slower here, as I've said before, but yeah, I think to try and get a bite during the night, we'll liner. Interesting. Savage liner. Yeah, so we're you know, without going by that liner, we are getting closer to them, that's for sure. So yeah. Fingers crossed for a bite. I think if anything happens during the night, I'll update you. Failing that, I'll speak to you all in the morning. Well guys, we ain't going to moan at that. We're a couple of hours in, and unbelievable. I just literally said to you, oh, I had a liner, you know, on one of the rods that I'd repositioned because I looked like I was going too far left. And I think in that net is the actual one I see roll. It was a good one out there, quite a deep bodied fish, and that is exactly what's in the landing net. A good upper 20, I should think, if not bigger. So yeah, absolutely buzzing. What a start. Can't believe it. A couple of hours in. Right, let's get the rod back out and get her sorted out. I think we'd have lost the light by that point, but good times. Can't believe it. Well guys, again, it's proof that, you know, if you watch the water all the time, setting up, whatever you're doing, you know, a couple of hours in, and we've got one, and it's an absolute banger. I'm pretty sure it's the one I see roll. Look at that. What a cracking common that is. 2710. 2710 of absolute perfect common. Yeah, look at a rudder on that. Yeah. Well, nice early start, hopefully. There's more in it for us. Fingers crossed. Quickly show you the other side. Again, it's just the nothing technical, same thing again. Bag of crumb and maggots, with maggots over a wafter. What a cracking common. What a start. Right, let's get it back. Hope for some more. Good times. Go on, girl. Why you go. Thank you very much. Well guys, after a series of bleeps on me rods, yeah, got to switch back to the maggot cluster, fake maggot cluster. The small stuff are well awake on this session. They stripped me on all 3 rods, so yeah, maggot cluster above a wafter it is. Well, good morning all. Yeah, it's bright and early, 25 past 7, Sunday the 13th of February. Yeah, I was up for first light, watching. No, there's no liners in the night. Very quiet like usual, to be fair. And something was telling me last night, you know, at the range they was already at when I arrived, that they were probably in the swim opposite. And yeah, I've just had it confirmed. I just literally thought, right, I'm going to reel in and recast for an hour. I'm not. I'm going to reel in and move. I see another which looked like a good fish in the swim opposite me, close in the swim opposite me. So yeah, moves on the cards. Going to make a break for it. I've only got until late this afternoon because obviously it's Valentine's Day tomorrow. So I'm taking Emma out for a meal later. There's sort of a yeah, just because we just, you know, with work I ain't going to be able to manage to do it tomorrow. So yeah, we need to make the most of the day. So a move is on the cards. So I'm going to reel the rods in now, get them round in the swim, come back, pack my gear up and get round there. That definitely seems to be where they are, and it made sense why I didn't get any liners after having that fish quickly yesterday. All right, let's do it. Well guys, we've moved. It's not quite up past 8. Going by the usual daytime bites, it's sort of between 10 and sort of up past 4. Yeah, it's a little bit late that bite when I got here yesterday, but it was shortly after a recast, repositioning to where they were. But yeah, just before I put the rods out, I see another fish, and yeah, that was quite a good one as well. Looked to be an upper 20. Yeah, rods are out, just out on bags at the minute. That's all that I'll just be flicking bags about today. I've only got till sort of late this afternoon. Going to get the bivvy up in a minute because yeah, we're due another load of rain. So yeah, fingers crossed this move will pay off. I'm much closer to them now. They're just behind that bottle. I don't see that bottle. There's a bottle in the middle of the screen out there, or just to the right of the screen. Yeah, they're in and around that. There's a snag there. I've only got one near that. Got a slight drop on the bobbin and it's fishing locked up. But yeah, that's where I see them from the other side as well, in and around that area. So, wind's picking up again. But one thing that's noticeable, it's hardly surprising they're on the back of this, behind this wind, because that looks lovely behind the wind, but where I was, it was fresh to say the least. So, but yeah, we'll get the bivvy up, put the kettle on, and await developments. I'll switch back over because I noticed last time I was here the small fish were only very active in the dark. So I've switched back. I've put real maggots above the wafter again. Yeah, crumb and maggot bags chucked out. Fingers crossed. I've just literally done 3 casts. Yeah, it's quite frustrating, to be fair, when you see one show right in the zone when you're ready to cast, because straight away you think, oh, maybe I'm going to spook them, but fingers crossed we don't. Right, time to put the kettle on. Well guys, got to be honest, it went dreadfully quiet for about an hour and a half after I put the rods out. Yeah, I was just starting to wonder whether I'd spooked them, to be fair, and pushed them out of the area. But they are still there. They're just out of my reach. They're probably 10 yards behind that bottle. But they're there or thereabouts. I'm not going to move the rods. I'm quite happy with where they are. Like I say, it went quiet for about an hour and a half, but literally in the last 10 minutes I've seen 3. 2 definite 20s and a little tiny stocky. So yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good. But the session is going to end early today. I'm going to have to get away by about 2:30, 3 o'clock at the very latest. Purely and simply because I've been busy the last sort of week, almost a fortnight, with work and decorating and whatever. And yes, in my wisdom, I hadn't booked the table for Carmen's birthday and Emma's Valentine's Day meal today. So yeah, disaster. So yeah, I managed to get a table for 4:45, but couldn't get anything for any later. So we'll have to get away sharpish today. So yeah, sadly it won't quite be 24 hours, but we'll see if we can buy another bite. I mean, yeah, it's not sure, to be fair, that I've made the right move on this occasion. Always the way when I move around here, because the wind was quite strong over there, and I thought I can't really get close to that bottle from there with the wind, so I'll come round here, because I did see one this side of the bottle, and ever since I've got round it they've been just the other side of it. But yeah, but again, like I say, we're not too far away. Yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes. But don't get me wrong, if I see many more the other side of that bottle, I'll move, even if it's for 2 hours. I'm not that worried, because as we all know, it only takes a minute in the right place. So again, like last night showed, looked at my lines, thought they ain't right, they ain't going in the right area. See a couple nut out, I thought, yeah, reposition that, and literally it was within quarter of an hour. Definitely within quarter of an hour I had that lovely 27 common. So yeah, fingers crossed for one more bite. And I'd said another thought as well. I have a lot of people ask me what tubing that I use. I've used it. I mean, I'm no longer sponsored by Rigmarole. The company's now changed hands, but I was with Rigmarole originally for 13 years. I left just before the changeover period the other year. But anyway, yeah, I use Rigmarole tubing. It's woven in a very tight braid, and inside you've got a tightly coiled stainless steel spring, which makes it very, very, very easy to thread. I've a lot of people say, oh, this tubing's a nightmare, that tubing's a nightmare. Well, this isn't. This isn't. I mean, even if, which I've never had a blockage, but if you did, you just push a bit of the ESP bristle filament through and it sorts itself out, because it can't be crushed unless you physically, I mean, it's got enough, you know, you can manipulate it enough, but now, as it is, but that won't crush, not unless you know, I don't know, is it with hammer, but yeah, this is the original one, that when I was, like I say, when I was with Rigmarole, this was the one they had out. And I've still got a bit of it, thankfully. I use it in 500 and meter lengths where I can, because I'm all about disguising lines at the end of the day. If I can use back leads, I use back leads. Slack lines are my favourite, but obviously you've got to think about the fish and think about the bite before you think about how you're going to set your bobbins. You know, if you're fishing against a snag, don't fish bait runners, fish locked up. That way you'll learn to get on your rods quick, because you either get on your rods or your rod's gone in. You know, you've got to think about the fish at the end of the day. You don't want to be fishing up to a snag with your bait runner on, and it goes clattering through with, you know, goes clattering through there on the clutch, and you have a break off and it could end up tethered. But yeah, anyway, like I say, the new owner, I've never met the guy, but my son bought some, because I'm running very, very low on it. My son bought some, and fair play to him, it looks like he's doing a real good job of it. I mean, it looks like it's like the original one that Rigmarole used to have, the micro tubing. It's very, very tightly woven braid again, but he's broken it up with like green flecks. They come in meter lengths, I believe, or they did when I was with them. But you can cut them with sharp braid blades, or failing that, a little nice little. You can get a little tiny pair of Draper cutters. They do the job well. Yeah, and just make sure there's no sharp points, and then cover the end in a bit of shrink tube if you need to cut it down. Yeah, just burn it down. Job's a good one. But yeah, that's the tubing I'll use. It's the only tubing I'll ever use if I can help it, because yeah, the other stuff that I've used in the past, damage is easy, can't thread it. You can thread a meter length of this in seconds. It really is that easy. And not only that, when I was fishing back in the days when I was fishing Monk's Pit up in Cambridge, I was threading 29-pound Power Pro braid through this. Yeah, that is that good. So yeah, if you're having an issue with your tubing, take a look at the Rigmarole free-fall tubing. Pucker. Well guys, finally, yeah, come round here, put the rods out, waited all that time knowing that my rods are right underneath them, and yeah, finally there's one in the net. I was just starting to think it weren't going to happen. Let's get that sorted out. Starting to think that we would have had to settle just for that one nice common. But yeah, down to about an hour and a half now before I've got to go. And yeah, it's got this little scaly cracker. Here we go. Happy days. Yeah. They're all welcome along the way in the search of them big commons and the big mirror. But like I say, all that time them fish bouncing about all over the rods, and yeah, I sort of just resigned my thoughts about catching another one and thought, you know, I'll settle for that one, and yeah, happy days. And there she is. Right, let's get her back. Get the rod back out. Well guys, isn't it mad how you can sit there all that time, you know, the odd fish showing out there, you know you're not too far off them, and yeah, I've had 2 bites in 20 minutes on the same rod. Yeah, I'm not going to get it out of the water. It's only a sort of a mid-double common. I'm not sure what strain these commons are, but there's a few of them in here. I've caught a few of them now. But yeah, it's in the net. I'll show you in a minute before I release it. And yeah, if anyone does know what strain they are, let me know, because I've never seen them before until I started catching them here. They act almost like grass carp when you hook them. They jump out the water, and it's yeah, they're quite something. But yeah, like I say, we're nearing the end of the session. We've got about 45 minutes, an hour at max. Then I need to get back to the van. Yeah, let's get back for a meal. So, right, I'll show you the fish, and then I'm going to release it out the net. There you go, guys. There he is. Dumpy little fella, but yeah, I don't know what strain they are, but going by their fins, they've got the makings to be big ones, that's for sure. But yeah, there he is. So we're going to let him go. It's raining hard, so hopefully we get a good one before we in the next 45 minutes before we have to leave. Well guys, we have come to the end of the session. Yeah, it's become obvious in the last sort of hour really that yeah, well pleased that I managed to buy another couple of bites, but I've been concentrating watching down in the bay a long way down, and yeah, there's a lot of fish been showing in that bay down there. I think that's where the majority of the, you know, there's definitely a big group of them in there. But hey, you know, we caught a few, that's the main thing. Definitely a place I will look when I'm next down. Working nights this week. So yeah, I might actually get a midweek night in, because we do 2 nights, have a break, do 2 nights. Hello. Wind, but yeah, so I'll actually get back on the bank in the week. This one was session 10, and yeah, really looking forward to the next trip. It's going to be about 22 hours this trip was. We should get a little over 24 hours next time we come back in the week, and then after that we're down at Elphick's North Lake, which I'm looking forward to on Sunday. Got 48 hours there. So yeah, if you like the video guys, think about subscribing. By all means follow me, Adam Carp Honeyset on Instagram or Adam Honeyset on Facebook. One thing's for sure, we'll definitely be seeing you on the bank soon. Thanks for watching guys, all the best.